Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the Adventure Incorporated podcast. My name is Anthony Reed. I am your dungeon master. This is episode 39. It is part of the Whisperer of Lies story arc, and it is, in fact, the penultimate episode of the Whisperer of Lies story arc. And I think it feels like it. Some stuff happens here, and hoo boy. Man, this arc has been a ton of fun. It's been a huge blast for me. It really feels like we've ramped up for this one, and I hope that you're digging it. If you are digging it, you can always come to our Discord, which has links in the show notes, or on our website, adventuringpod.com, and you can come and tell us how much you're digging it. Come hang out in the chat there and discuss it. And if you're a patron over at patreon.com/adventureinc, there's a whole separate chat just for you, a bonus chat that you get access to as a patron. That's just one of the perks of being a patron at patreon.com/adventureinc. And so if you are not one of those patrons, hey, now might be the time. Head over there, become a patron, throw us a few bucks every month, and oh boy, will you get some extra stuff. You'll get some content, some bonus episodes. You'll get to hang out with me sometimes and do some Dungeons and Dragons content on the Beholder streams. And the Beholder level patrons, not only do they get to join me in those streams and add to the content being built, they also get to submit magic items to me that show up in the tables that the players get to generate from. So lots of cool stuff happening. All of it's happening over there at patreon.com/adventureinc. And if you're not in, you're not in. You know, there's you miss out on all the really amazing guests we've had this year. Just some really, really awesome people to play games with. And yeah, it's all over there. So go and check it out. Hey, let's get started. Nobles and farmers, knights and scoundrels, gather round to hear a tale of excitement and mystery. Brave adventurers facing grave dangers. Belroth, the ranger.
She's a Grimalkin, but that's understood. No pets allowed, even though she's not a pet. I will wait outside. Everyone, if anyone needs anything, I am outside.
Skarpin, the cleric.
Should I just try and snipe them from over here?
Yeah, okay. I did say they were as good as dead. I would hate for my, to break my word on our first contract as Adventure Incorporated.
Ellery, the bard.
We would want you to leave this warehouse.
He points behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Church.
Oh, sorry. We want you to leave this church.
ReedDeeran, the wizard. He say you no worship Shattered Fang.
Yeah, man, he's like super wrong. We love Broken Tooth, Shattered Fang, man.
Prepare yourselves, for these are the tales of Adventure Incorporated. The four of you wake up in a cave, and you look around a little bit. You feel like you have had the kind of night where you've put your head on the pillow and then you pick it up again, or you've just had you've been running constantly in your dreams and you wake up not feeling refreshed at all. That said, your wounds have closed, so and your spell slots have refreshed, so those things are true. But you, I guess, mentally don't feel like you are refreshed. And additionally, there is this strange feeling for all of you that bit of that other life that existed is fading from you fast, but you can't shake that it existed, right? Like the details are slipping away, but it's sticking with you in its as its essence as this dream falls apart.
Old Scratch, they're still outside. I don't know if they're dead. We should go check. Ellery's grandma, are you here?
Yes, both Eridar and Ellery's grandma are in the cave as well.
We fought Old Scratch, but
to the question?
She looks very confused because she's standing in front of him. She's worried he might be blind. Like, are you all right, Skarpin?
No, we just fought quite a bit. I feel surprisingly well, but hopefully Old Scratch didn't get away. We should go check.
And then Skarpin heads out of the cave.
Oh, okay.
Deeran's all wrapped up in his blankets and his robe because like he wasn't sure like what he needed to wear to bed to like be able to be ready in the dream world. So like
Usually
he just
I
went to
sleep
bed fully...
naked, but naked.
Yeah, but like he's worried that like he would have shown up in dream world butt naked, like the terrible nightmares, right? And so he had worn his robes and they're all tangled up in the blankets and he's rolling around and fighting to try and get out, but does.
Okay, yeah, you have reduced initiative for the day.
Wow.
You just
That's just
The day.
Deeran's life.
you've just been running behind since you got out of bed.
Deeran has reduced initiative as a character trait. I don't think he needs it reduced anymore.
Okay, so are all of you following Skarpin?
The minute I see Skarpin like pop up, Belroth like gathers his stuff as quickly as he can and tries to follow him out of the cave.
Belroth had moved in. He put all of his clothes in the dresser. And like moved the little Bible out of the dresser, put all the clothes in. He's only there for one night. He's still just piling in.
I mean, I just like I don't like living out of a suitcase. I just don't.
All right.
It's not fun for anybody, and I have my cat here, and it's like
It's important
all the
that
cat
she
luggage.
feels routine.
yeah.
You all head out of the cave, back out into the woods.
Grandma, we're gonna go finish killing a demon. Hopefully we'll be home in time for supper.
All right, make sure you're wearing nice socks. You don't want to kill a demon without socks on.
No, I've got my demon killing socks on.
All right, that's good. You got to remember that. You don't want to face anything challenging with bad socks.
No, never. You always said that. So I always have good socks on.
I guess I have always said that. Yeah.
Okay, I love you, Grandma.
I love you too, dear. Good luck. So I guess you all run out into the woods.
But like Skarpin knows where has an idea of where he's going.
Yeah, you saw a vision of where he fell out, but even without that, you don't think it would be too hard because you can just feel that.
He's blind now, so.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're blind now. Good thing this is using a different sense. You can feel that void magic, like heavily in the air. That feeling that you felt on the Demon Isles, and it is all being drawn to a point in the woods. So your direction of travel is pretty clear to you as you charge through the forest here. After a few minutes, you come out to the space that you saw him drop down into. The space appears empty, but there is this sound it's almost making your heart race as this whooshing noise is in the area here. There's a feeling of like leaves are whipping up and swirling around all in a circle around this place like it is the eye of a storm. And that's where you saw him last, even though he's not there now.
So
I stopped you. I figured you guys are outside of this. You can decide how you want to interact with it. Outside this swirling place of you can feel the power getting stronger. You could enter into it. You can do whatever you want to do outside of it.
All right. What's the game plan? Charge in, kick down the doors, and kill a demon, or do we have any other strategy before we jump in?
The first one.
Objections?
No, man, let's do it. And Deeran throws his hands out to the side. His hair blows back, and you see a shimmering, armor surround him.
Okay, are you casting magic missile?
Yep.
Okay, great.
That's the lead.
Great.
So yeah, Skarpin charges in.
Okay. You charge into that space, and as soon as you pass beyond that swirling area, it is silence inside the small clearing here. And each of you in turn pass through this barrier as well. And you can see the swirling magic around this place, but it is silent here. In fact, you're stepping on crunching leaves. You're moving in this place. Does not appear to make any noise at all.
Can anybody hear me?
When you speak, no one else can hear your words, including you. You feel your mouth open. You feel your throat try to make noise. No sound comes out.
Skarpin tries to hone in on the most concentrated form of the void magic.
Give me a wisdom saving throw. Or not a saving throw, sorry, a check. A wisdom check.
25.
You look across this clearing from you where you watched that figure of the demon fall and land directly, and that is the most concentrated point of this power. It's almost like it cascades up out of that space and creates the swirling above
I think
you.
we need to head in this direction.
It's
Skarpin
all
charges
focused
forward towards
down
it.
on that point. Okay.
Deeran sees Skarpin's mouth move, and he looks at Ellery and says, "I think we need to head in this direction."
And
Ellery sees Skarpin running and Deeran talking and says, "Oh, everyone, I think we need to head in that direction." And she follows Skarpin.
Belroth draws an arrow. He doesn't communicate anything to anybody. Or attempt, I should say.
Skarpin, you run forward toward that point. And as you do, suddenly springing into existence there, you can see that a figure, the figure of the Lord of Whispers. And he is putting his hands out toward this center point, drawing that power in.
And there's no sound?
There is no sound.
Skarpin casts silence. No.
No need.
How close is Skarpin within melee range?
You're probably 30 feet away.
All right, he casts guiding bolt at level 3.
Does
That's
that have a
low.
verbal component?
I know, we gotta figure that out.
Is that how magic works?
Year 6, baby.
Let's go.
I was like, when you said silent in there, I'm like, oh, okay. But like, nobody ever says an incantation, so.
No, nobody.
Except Ellery.
Have
See,
you
some-
have
Only
you
ever
listened
hear
to
one.
any spells that I've cast in this season?
I was doing something else.
Just curious.
What is so there's casting time, range, components, duration.
Components. If there's a V, it has a verbal component.
That's what that means. Hey.
Yeah, there are 3 types of components.
I'm
Verbal-
literally gonna delete all of this audio, by the way.
You better not.
Then I'll just have to go back and record it. There's a V.
Okay, so you can't cast that one.
There's an S also. Can I do the S part?
You need both.
It's not an either or.
No, S is somatic, so that's your hands.
Yeah. I can do that.
Has this Lord of Whispers Old Scratch, whatever his name is, has he seen us?
You don't know, and so far only Skarpin has seen him.
Okay, so never mind then.
And then whatever Skarpin decides to do, we'll move forward with everybody else moving forward also.
Yeah, I guess Skarpin's just going to continue on when he realizes he can't cast magic.
Okay.
Because he never realized he was speaking when he was casting magic.
Yeah, you must have been just muttering under your breath the whole time.
It was just like
He thought
so
it was
intuitive.
in his head.
Wait, those sounds came out. Oh no.
It's the stupidest sounding incantation. He's like, boopity doopity doop. Let's cast this.
All right, for this spell, it's pizza roll macaroni. Everyone's like, what?
Deeran and Ellery, you also move within 30 feet of the creature, and you see him as well, standing there casting whatever ritual he is doing.
Yeah.
Belroth, you just
When I
watch them charge forward, and you see nothing.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was following as well.
Oh, okay. I just heard you draw an arrow, not follow. So
Oh, I mean, I meant I was drawing an arrow and following.
okay,
Like,
great. Then you also see him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Perfect.
as soon as he comes into vision, Deeran casts catapult.
Okay,
Which does not have a verbal component.
great.
Which
and so he
seems-
points.
Seems like that one should have at least a bombs away or Geronimo attached to
It
it.
just has a somatic, and so that somatic is when he points his cool little staff of adornment, like a gun, and flings off the silver coin that's on the end of it toward the devil demon. And so the demon makes a dex save.
Dex save. Fail.
Great. It will take 4d8 damage because I'm casting it at level dose. Oh my god. 2, 2, 2, 1. It deals 7 damage.
Okay.
Let's see if he keeps that concentration, baby.
Oh, you're right. He does. So yeah, you fire off this coin. It flies toward him and explodes just near him. We'll say you didn't get all of it, you know.
Sure.
And
Thanks.
and he seems pretty unscathed, but he does seem to his focus shifts to you. And then he melds down into the ground. I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
Nat 20. As useful as Ellery is useless.
This seems appropriate. Skarpin got a natural 1.
Belroth got an 18.
14 for Deeran.
Okay. So despite Skarpin being Skarpin, you guys will go first.
Belroth would like to use his spell, which is only a somatic component, where he focuses deeply with the connection that he's established with Freya and tries to connect his senses to hers and casts beast sense to try and see and through Freya's eyes and hear and to find the demon that has now melded into the ground.
Okay. Would you have to do something to succeed at this, or does it just
Nope,
do
it
it?
just happens. And I don't have my own senses, which is important to know, until I use an action to return it. But I'm trying to get Freya to find the demon and like fish it out for everybody effectively. Does that make sense?
Yes. So Freya can see in the space where the demon has melded with the ground. there is a darkness that is touched that space. From that darkness, 3 lines have streamed off, and there are 3 large circles in the ground of darkness. So there are 3 places from that point that it has streamed away.
Is one of them bigger than the other?
No, they are all equal
This isn't like a
sized.
Ganondorf fight in, Legend of Zelda where he splits off and one of them's real. She pounces on one and tries to start digging it up.
Okay. Great.
Anthony, Deeran would like to make an Arcana check on the Dispel gem that he has in his pocket.
Okay.
He wants to know if he can use it to dispel this magical silence.
Give me the Arcana check.
That is a 19.
You do not think that that will work that way. It is pretty much specifically for effects that have like settled on you, not effects on an area.
Okay.
Ellery is going to pull out her moonsickle, and she is going to point it at one of the pools of darkness, and she is going to, in her head, she is going to sing, "Watch all of your nightmares become real before your eyes. You try your best to cry out, but the haunting of your past will knock you down until you cry out." And she is going to cast Fear through the moonsickle, which, as a spell focus, negates any need for components that aren't material value.
For druids, though, right?
I looked up, what does a spellcasting focus... can a spellcasting focus take place of components? And it said yes, unless they cost money.
That might be material components.
Yeah.
My voice doesn't cost money. Ellery's not out here singing for gold. She's singing for free, y'all.
What's the spell again?
She's giving it away.
So, okay, let me give a slight modification to this. I'm interested to see where we go with this. So, I'll give you this slight modification in that you don't see the dark pools, so you're just going to target the space that Frey is digging. You can probably intuit that Frey is not just like fucking around.
Yeah.
So it goes into the ground. Freya starts digging. You can pick that spot as your place that you're targeting. Your voice is still a part of this spell. However, as you do that, you feel like as you are singing this out and trying to cast this spell in this place, it is suppressing your spell, but it is trying actively to suppress your spell. And so you're going to make a check against that to be able to try to cast.
Sure.
Because of the sickle, you will be casting it without a disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
So I need you to make a spellcasting check, whatever your spellcasting attribute is, which, so for you, charisma. I need you to make a charisma check, not at disadvantage, and tell me the result.
12.
Okay. You feel your spell, you're trying to cast this spell here, and the barrier that has settled down on you is pushing back against that magic. And you feel like you are striking against that barrier. The barrier holds strong. Your spell is not expended. And you feel like you have weakened the barrier. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Skarpin continues to charge and tries to tackle Old Scratch.
Okay. Old Scratch is not, you can't see him. He's in the ground.
Oh, I thought I was able to see him.
You were, and then he disappeared into the ground.
Skarpin throws a stick into the void.
Yeah, you just pick up a stick, you toss it where Old Scratch was angrily, and it just clatters onto the ground. You assume you can't hear it, but it does fall on the ground. And
It doesn't like disappear or get eaten up by the void.
no,
That's good to know. Skarpin gained information. And that is what's most valuable.
that's the most important treasure you can get. So it sounds like you already got treasure this fight.
Yeah.
Well,
AC. Okay. Freya is digging in this spot, and from it rises a figure. It does not appear to be Old Scratch, but the figure is already being mauled by Freya as it rises up. This sort of shadowy creature, and is just like basically prone. While in the other two spots, two figures rise up out of the ground there. These shadowy creatures are humanoid, except their limbs are far too long, like longer than Mike's limbs. They're just
Impossible.
impossibly
Wow.
long.
they have
Now I know what we're dealing
scoliosis.
Now I know what we're dealing with, though, boys. Look out.
Don't climb. They'll be better.
Yeah. Yeah, don't play Frisbee with those guys. Sneaky long arms.
This is all useful information.
Don't challenge them to a cartwheel competition. They
Skarpin's
will
writing
win.
this down.
you do feel like if
Whoa,
they
you don't need long limbs to do cartwheels.
Have you ever seen
What?
someone with
No.
an extremely long arms do cartwheels? I don't
I've
want to.
watched Mike do cartwheels,
that's fair.
yes. And I'm way better at cartwheels than Mike is.
Wow. First off, that's not true.
Yes,
Second
it
off,
is. We did cartwheels in front of the Coliseum. Mine looks so much better.
if I had 2 Achilles tendons that were fully healthy
You
right
had
now,
so many Achilles tendons when we were there.
I will
least 2.
You know what? The next time we're in public, DragonCon 2022,
We'll have a cartwheel up.
remind me of this.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to smoke you in this cartwheel
No,
competition.
your cartwheels are all sorts of cramped and your legs are bent and bad.
Wow.
Your toes aren't even pointed.
I didn't come here to be attacked.
You don't even do
Actually-
a fun round off end with a little stick it gymnast landing. I give it flair.
I should
A
point out.
round off is not a cartwheel.
I should point out you did come here to be attacked, and you are being attacked. These creatures are making their way toward the group. You get the sense that if one of them, they're like 5 foot tall creatures. If they raised their arms, they could reach up like 9 feet. They got real long limbs. It's pretty gross.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like they're dragging on the ground.
Just short of dragging on the ground.
Gross.
Yeah. So these shadowy humanoid creatures are making their way toward your group as well. Belroth, you get something suddenly grabs your foot. And so I need a dex saving throw for you to not fall prone on the ground.
Okay, question. I am not currently perceiving through my own vision. Am I at some form of disadvantage?
I
am I fine?
you're still feeling your body, right?
Yeah.
So this is just a reflex to not fall on the ground.
Okay.
That's gonna be so weird though. You're watching yourself. Well, like your vision shows you first person, nomming on somebody.
Your eyes, as from Freya, snap to you and watch you go "Ah," as you're flailing around.
Well, it doesn't matter because I rolled the 3, so I'm sure.
Ooh, that's that Mike Ellison trying out Oculus Rift situation. I know where you feel right now.
So your body, you don't really perceive this, but you see it through Freya's eyes.
I feel it.
as your body sinks underground, and you're just gone. And
Thank goodness that I can see through Freya's eyes right now.
in your mind, it is not through your ears, but it is in your mind that you hear words start to fill that space. They say, you are as boring as you think you are. They do not want you around anymore. It would be a favor if you never returned.
Would that count as an attack?
That they are attacking you?
Yeah, would that count as an attack?
Yes, they attacked you.
Cool. I'm gonna use Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
It has to make a dex saving throw.
It succeeded.
Well, okay. Well, it takes half damage though. It still takes half of the damage.
Does that have a verbal component?
You're right. It does.
Sounds like it should.
I'm like, you can't.
It's a rebuke.
I can't do anything. So,
So
never mind.
you can
Doesn't happen.
cast the spell. So similarly, as Steph did, you will take a roll of your spell casting ability at disadvantage for you.
Not to metagame, but he already succeeded. So why would I do that?
Why would you what?
Because he already didn't he already succeed against it anyways? Do
I
have
will roll it again if you
Okay.
succeed.
Okay. I will, at disadvantage, make this attempt. Yeah, I fucking failed. Nat 1. Natural
Cool.
1. So,
Yikes.
That barrier gets points back. Doesn't it? All those points I took from it.
Yep. Yeah, so Belroth is underground.
No, but I'm putting that in my hat for later. That's a good idea. Should have given it points back.
Oh no. No.
God, silence is brutal. It's rough.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
I thought it was so useless. I wrote it down and I'm like, I'm never going to cast that.
You take 11 damage, Belroth.
Ugh.
Also, what's the word? Oh, I guess suffocating. Never mind. I was gonna say drowning.
I mean,
You're
And I was like,
drowning
it's
in
not-
dirt.
Yeah, it's not drowning, right? But like, it's the same can't breathe situation. Is
So-
that a thing?
Not exactly.
In the end, yeah.
He is not suffocating.
Okay.
does Freya deal damage to the guy who is popping up?
Well, on her turn, she will.
Oh, okay.
He's prone. Basically, that's what she got by being in that space, is that he's prone.
Got it. Thank you.
Just wiggling his long arms in the air like tentacles.
Oh, no. Like a Muppet.
Okay. The creatures that just spawned in this turn, they spawned in. That was their bit. So it's back to you guys.
Ellery is going to just try to like slice this guy's arm off with the moon sickle.
I mean, okay. That's a choice.
She's not gonna say a damn thing. And she's not gonna do a damn thing except maybe fall on her face. She's gonna trip over Freya, because Freya is so like such a black cat bat that she's melting in with like all the shadows and darkness. Then Ellery's just gonna run up and like hoist her moonsickle up, but she's so bad at handheld weapons that it like she pulls it up like a bat and it kind of like falls over her shoulder and she trips over Freya's tail and she takes a little tumble.
Okay. I assume that's a 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are prone. All right.
Sounds about right. I'm so sorry, Freya. I'm so sorry. I hope you're okay, she says into the silence.
She like is empowered by being tripped over. Like you stepped on her tail a little bit, which like gave her energy to be angrier at the thing she's attacking. And she takes it's like you make a cat mad and then throw it at someone, like that kind of.
Rob, I don't know if you're allowed to be a cat owner. That seems very irresponsible.
I've never done that. I've seen that in cartoons. That's definitely happened in cartoons.
Nice save. Yeah. Cat police, if you're listening,
Anyways,
Rob just knows a guy, all right?
What are you, a cat cop?
yeah.
If you are, you have to tell us.
Anyways, Freya crit. So just letting you know.
Okay. I assume she took the attack at advantage.
Yes.
Not that I mean, if she crit without it, doesn't matter.
That's why she crit, because she
Presumably, you don't know. Could have just been the first die.
Well, either way, she crit, which is max damage. Then I rolled another dice, and she rolled max on the damage. So 21 damage.
Double max?
She rolled
Super max?
she 21 damaged. This man.
Okay.
Wow.
Meow. And Belroth would like to use the other part of his action to try and resist and get out by being blind and deafened. Try to not be underground.
Yeah, and you have no concept. Like all you're doing, you're moving your limbs, and you are just in an empty void around you, just floating, and you have no ability to see or hear what's happening around you. You legit have no idea how to escape or what's happening.
Then, if Belroth is there, he wants to take a dagger out from, because he doesn't have his bow out. Well, he had his bow out. He just wants to take a dagger out and start stabbing, trying to, see if he can, literally hit anything.
Cool. Give me an attack roll at disadvantage.
Oh, I gotta roll it. Okay. Not bad. A 16 and a 17. So a 16 plus 6. So 21.
Okay. Roll a damage roll for if you hit something, because you don't know.
Okay. A D4. Oh, because I don't know. So I was gonna say I was gonna do my favorite foe, but if I don't know, then I can't.
Yeah, you don't know.
Wow. Well, Belroth had the opposite. Belroth did 4 damage.
Great. Cool.
I just start stabbing.
Deeran goes ahead and I guess casts catapult again, because that's the only spell he knows that doesn't have words to it. But this time he looks at the end of his spear or the end of his staff, and he doesn't have floaty things around it anymore. And so he just points on the ground to a decent sized rock, and then slap shots it toward the bad guys.
Okay, yeah. Which creatures are you trying to catapult at? What creature?
The one that Freya is screwing with, who is down on the ground.
Okay, so it doesn't create an AoE. It's a targeted attack.
It's a targeted attack.
Great.
So it has to succeed a dex save. And since
it fails.
Yeah.
Since it's prone and pinned, I feel like it can't win.
Yeah.
So that one felt safe to me.
Prone, pinned, can't win.
Yep. Story of my life. Ooh, that's better. 16 plus 7 plus 1. So that's another 8. 24 damage.
Nice.
Damn.
Okay.
That's math.
That's math. Yeah, you fire this thing into the creature, and it just slams into it and dissipates out from underneath Freya, blows into the swirling magic on the outer rim of this barrier. And as it does, it seems to add darkness to the barrier, it gets darker swirling around you.
Great.
So Skarpin says inside his head,
Oh, Leander, I pray you can hear me. This old Scratch is just defiling the dreamscape, and let's give him a taste of his own medicine.
and he tries to cast Inflict Dream on the area of which he feels like Old Scratch would be, using his senses to try and guide the source of the void.
Go ahead.
The wording of Inflict Dream is when you use your channel divinity, you may target a creature within 90 feet that you can see. So Skarpin is Hail Marying it and hoping.
He's using his vision, third eye vision.
He's using his, Anthony, please let me do something really cool.
Yeah, hold on. Stand by. So
Yeah, he's
when
more
assuming, so like, you know, you have to push your intention into this, right? So you won't know if it hits until you send it out there. What are you trying to inflict dream upon him with?
So the dream that Skarpin wants to do is, so after it happens, like in the real world, the old Scratch wouldn't be able to continue doing what he's doing, but Skarpin doesn't want him to know that he's in a dream, so that Skarpin will see the world change because old Scratch will have fallen asleep, and then Skarpin would go and try and dig him up and attack him there.
I see. So you basically want to create a copy of this place, of what's happening
Right.
now, so that he thinks
Exactly.
he's still in the fight, even though he's fallen asleep.
Right, he's hoping that he's so drained and that this will be just almost like a flicker of you're watching a security tape and it's like a flicker when the heist happens, and hoping that he won't notice.
Okay. So do you have a check that's part of that you're supposed to do?
Yeah, it's a wisdom check on the recipient of 14.
Wisdom saving throw? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You push this dream out there, and you push it toward where you feel like you can target him. You watched Belroth like disappear into the ground, and so you push it there in that direction, and you try to make that connection with him, and you feel like it gets batted away, and a whisper plays in your mind, "Cute, but these are my powers you play with." Yeah, it doesn't work.
He just goes to knee. Just,
It's too strong.
Nobody hears that.
Wow.
I think we need to get on our knee.
Okay. Belroth, the voice echoes in your mind again. It says, "You fight, and yet you know the truth. No one could ever want you around. No one wants your presence. You have been a burden to everyone you have ever spent time around. You couldn't even keep your partner around." So you
Do I get a saving
take
throw at all or no?
no, not right now.
No fun.
Against feeling sad.
Charisma
You take
saving throw.
you do you feel like it did not have the full effect that it had intended to have, so you take 7 psychic damage.
That's good. Whew. It had some effect, that's for sure.
The gangly creatures move toward the group and begin to attack. One of them attacks at ReedDeeran, as it just watched him eviscerate his ally.
Yep.
It's a miss, because you have a 15 right now?
14.
14. That one's a hit. You take 6 damage, and the barrier around you flickers out. And by barrier, I mean your shield. That there is something inherent in the magic that has touched you, that it disrupts your mage armor.
Great. That's cool.
The other
Sweet.
one moves for Skarpin. Oh, it crits.
Ooh.
So, Skarpin, you take 15 damage as the creature slashes against you and just manages to slice right like across your neck, tearing at your flesh. And it just seems to pass right through your protections, you're down on a knee, so I guess it was just like perfectly placed.
Yeah. That's my bad.
Tears through you for 15.
Ouchie.
And it is now your turns again.
Deeran looks around to see why Belroth didn't shoot last round.
You see,
and he notices that he's not here anymore. Does he see like a hole in the ground where Belroth had been?
no.
I will say that on Freya's turn, she's going to immediately look for Belroth. So she's going to try and do the same thing that she did with the previous dots. So I don't know if that influences.
Yes, so we will say that Freya sees the circle of darkness.
Also,
underground.
Belroth does too, but Belroth doesn't see himself, which is even more spooky.
Yeah. You see the circle of darkness, and she can bound over to it and start to like point out that circle of darkness. Belroth, you see that Freya has pointed out to another spot, but you don't see anything in that spot. It's just grass
Sure.
and leaves.
Yeah.
Also, the concentration checks I missed, I passed, just so you know. I rolled a 10 or an 11 and a 17.
Great.
Yeah, as Freya starts to dig, the first like big rock that she comes across, like that's in her way, Deeran points at, and then again with the like hockey slap shot kind of motion, tries to shoot it at the creature that's slashed down at him.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah. It attacked you from like a whole space away, so it's perfect.
Oh, because it's got. That's why you were
Noodle
like,
arms.
when it puts its arms up, it would be like at least
got
9
reach.
feet. Yeah. I see what you did there. You made really hard bad guys, and it's quiet. That's cool. So it has to make a deck save.
Okay. What's the DC?
Wicked high. Crazy high. 15.
That is high enough.
Yes. Oh, good. And it takes 12 damage.
Okay.
How many can Ellery see?
2.
Okay. I didn't know if the darkness barrier was putting another literal barrier up.
Another status effect.
Another,
on us.
yeah.
That
or
darkness
anything.
barrier is surrounding all of you. It's the one on the
Oh,
outside
okay.
of the clearing.
Okay. So Ellery's going to look at the 2, and in her mind, she's going to sing, "Twist the mind and squeeze out the brain. On all you try, there is a strain." And through the moonsicle, she is going to attempt to cast Bane on those 2.
Okay, so once again, you may make your D20 roll not at disadvantage, which is a funny way to say make a D20 roll.
Fucking Lord.
Plus,
9.
that's with charisma mod?
Sure is.
Okay. Okay.
Rolling trash tonight.
Yeah, again, you push against that barrier and you feel like you can feel cracks forming as you push, like the feeling of ice when it's fresh and not really thick enough, but you can feel like the cracks starting to form in it as you push against it. Yeah, but it's still in place.
Okay.
Does anyone else feel that as well, or just Ellery because she's pushing?
Just because she's pushing.
Okay.
Anthony. So Belroth obviously he can't see the darkness normally, right? Because he's seeing through Freya's eyes.
Right.
But Freya can kind of see it. Could he, in theory, cast Hunter's Mark like to get that perception to like basically lock? Like he's trying to either my goal is either I talk back to him to find where he is underground so that I can use Hunter's Mark to, like, lock onto him and fight him, or, like, find a way out and orient myself, or hopefully use Freya's perception. But I don't know if the second one actually works. I don't know if either of them works. I feel like both of them don't work.
So from what you know, because all you have is Freya's perception, is all that Freya can see is this dark patch.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think you would be able to cast Hunter's Mark through Freya's perception.
Okay. Okay, sure. Balls. Belroth would like to try and resist again to, like, I have no idea, no orientation at all. Like, I'm just completely lost in the void.
Well, because all you can see is the dark patch.
Sure.
From above.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can't hear or see anything. And from what you feel, it's just void around you. You don't know what's around you.
This is a tricky one. My primal awareness doesn't help right now because I have beast sense, and that's not helping. He's gonna try and stab the demon again. He has no idea if he's hitting.
Great.
At disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 6.
Okay. You can roll damage if you want, if you're not sure if you hit.
Okay. Well, I have no idea, but it's a 4.
Okay, great.
Sorry, it's a 5 actually.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Slashing around.
What about that?
It's a dagger.
Does anyone
baby.
else have any other actions they need to get done here? I can't.
Yeah.
Need to get done or want to get done?
Yeah.
Or can get done?
Yeah.
Can get
mine's
done.
Mine's more of a want. Is that we're still going with those?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can go with a want.
I tried, and he said no. I mean,
I might say no again.
I plan on it.
Skarpin is gonna take out a short sword that's silver and run up and hit a creature.
Okay.
Rolled a 17, and I'm gonna add 0 to that.
Great. It hits.
Yes. Gotta imagine 6 damage.
As your silver blade passes through the creature, it hisses and smokes everywhere where it contacted, and the creature lets out this guttural grunt as you pass through it. And it, you hit for 6 damage. You feel like it probably did more than that.
All right. Bonus action. He's gonna try and cast spiritual weapon.
Okay.
This is so disadvantage to
Wisdom check.
wisdom check. 13.
Okay. You also push with all of your strength against this barrier, trying to break the silence around you, and you can feel it give almost like it's trying to really contain the power that you're pushing off. Like your spell almost could begin to be cast, but the barrier pushes back against it and is still intact, so you don't spend that spell slot.
Cool.
The creatures make their attacks. One attacks Deeran, I guess, because he just attacked it.
Yep.
That's a hit.
Wow.
You have no barrier
Would it-
this time, right?
Yeah, out of reflex, he's going to reaction try to cast shield, not realizing in the moment that there's a verbal component, because usually he just puts his hands up and like goes, ah!
Right.
when it happens. And so, like, that's just how he casts it. It's a very natural response.
Sure. So give me a intelligence check.
Okay. And that's at disadvantage, right?
It is.
Okay. Well, one of those is a natural 20,
Cool.
and the other one,
If that's also a natural 20, that's great.
no. The other one is not. It's just intelligence. It's not like a saving throw or
Just your intelligence, your
proficiency.
spell
No.
attribute. That's it.
Okay. Then 13.
Okay. So you try to throw this shield in front of you, and from your mouth escapes and the shield almost starts to form in front of you, like you're watching the magic start to just materialize, and then it boom rebounds back into you, and you do not get the spell off, and instead you get swiped by this creature's hand as it slashes through you. You take 5 damage.
Cool. But Deeran has learned something. So that's pretty cool.
Knowledge is the most important thing.
Because like he
know.
knew it was silent, but he didn't know that he could cast or try to cast verbal spells.
I liked that very clever way of you engaging without engaging. That was good.
Reaction spells, baby.
Immersive.
You fight, Belroth. But for what? For people who will abandon you the second they get the chance? For people who don't want you around any more than anyone else? They just haven't had an opportunity to give you the slip? Why fight, Belroth? Give in.
Belroth is trying to say, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! And he reflexively does Hellish Rebuke again. Ooh. It would be a dirty 20 and a 19.
Okay.
Sorry, it would be a 19 and an 18 because it's charisma. Because it's it's innate, but it would have been. It's still good.
Great. That would be that. Okay. So you also feel great fault lines appearing in the silence. It is so close to giving way, and you feel yourself shout out against this, like, no! And it echoes around you a great distance. But the magic cannot quite permeate. It's so close, but it's not enough. And it comes back into you. And you take 14 damage.
Belroth is... Belroth attempts to scream again. I'm at 7, y'all.
Okay, so now it's you guys. Oh, wait, there's a second creature still. And it attacks Skarpin. That is a hit. It hits Skarpin for 7.
Dang, these creatures' arms are long.
He like tapped you on the back of your shell, and you like turned backward, and then he just slapped you with the other hand, you know?
Damn.
Great. It's you guys again.
Skarpin tries to sense where Old Scratch is and takes out his perfume of bewitching and 5 spell stones and tries to dump out the perfume where he thinks Old Scratch is and pump the spellstone into it.
When you do so as you do the first thing, right, where you try to sense where Old Scratch is, He is in this place, but he is not physically in this place.
So you can't nail down.
Right.
one
Like
space.
you can sense that he is here, but you can't sense him. Like you don't think you could touch him or pour perfume on him.
Yeah. So I guess he got that before he took out the perfume and made a fool of himself.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness no one will ever know. Yeah. It looks like he hesitates a bit, but then he swings the short sword.
At the creature again?
Yeah. 7.
7 will not hit.
And bonus action tries to cast that spiritual weapon. $14.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. You focus your energy trying to get that spiritual weapon to appear. You pull your prayer to draw forth that pillow, and the pillow, it just seems to like come into existence and meet with that barrier and almost get pushed back into you, and then it pushes through, shattering the silence. And there is a sudden rush of sound in this place. Not for you, Belroth. Where all of a sudden... well, actually, you can still hear. You're hearing through Freya's ears.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you
unless
thought.
unless your concentration failed on that attack, on that damage.
Oh, that's a good question. It did not.
So great. You're just now you can hear through Freya's ears as the pillow shatters the silence around you, and there is like a large rushing sound from the outer barrier and the creatures as they like continue to shamble.
What a weird thing to shatter anything.
You've not thrown enough pillows at breakable things. Let me tell you, it happens.
Excellent. So that pillow comes into existence and takes an attack at the creature. And 25 to hit.
A 25 will hit. That's much better than a 7.
Yeah. 7 damage.
Great. Okay.
I'm sorry. I am weirded out because you know how your own voice sounds different in your head than it does like to other people?
Yes.
Belroth is hearing Freya's like breathing
Yeah.
within his ears.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if Freya makes a noise, he will hear what Freya hears her own voice as being?
And if he spoke,
Right.
he would hear what Freya hears him sound like. So he would be like, "Hey, you stop." And he'd be like, "Oh, it's so high-pitched and nasally."
Yeah.
That's so weird. I don't want that spell to be real. Like I want a lot of magic to be real. That one I could do hard without.
Never listen to a recording of yourself then.
I don't. I skip all. I mute our track and edit everyone else's.
That makes sense.
First take. Flawless.
Now that I can hear, though, I'm going to go ahead and use my voice to cast Tasha's Mind Whip at the bad guy that's fighting me.
Okay.
And so it has to make an intelligence saving throw.
It failed.
Woo!
Great. It will take 3d6 damage. So it takes 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. As he like, the only component for Tasha's Mind Whip is verbal. And like, Deeran hadn't realized he does it before, but as he casts it, he goes whoosh. and like his eyes get big because it's like a mental whipping attack, right?
Yeehaw!
And then he runs toward Freya to try to help dig.
Probably not. So you mentally whip this creature, and the creature dissipates. Its darkness joining the outer barrier, and the other one melds away into the ground. The ground rumbles underneath you, and Belroth is expelled from the void into this place, as well as a large cloaked figure. It is bulky and has a lot of mass under its cloak, but the cloak covers it's got a hood that is all like darkening its face. The figure slides across the ground on his feet and raises up. A large, glimmering smile, too wide to be human, appears in the darkness of the hood, and a raspy voice cries out from there. You have done well, but not well enough. You will never stop me. I am eternal. And everything goes dark in this place. So now the silence has lifted, but you cannot see. And it is your turns again.
Can Freya see?
Or still your turns, because yeah. No, Freya cannot see.
Well,
Okay. Go ahead.
Belroth uses a whole action to dismiss beast sense. Because that's what it requires. It's really frustrating.
You really gotta break that link, you know? Once you're in there, it's like...
it says you have to take an action to until you use your action to return to your normal senses. So I break it. Geez Louise. And Freya's gonna try and sniff around to see if she can find him.
Okay.
Can she? No search check. No. Okay.
She didn't find anything sniffing. She found, yeah.
Okay.
She didn't find anything sniffing.
God damn it.
Go ahead,
Right.
Ellery.
Yeah, Ellery is going to, as soon as darkness hits, she's going to kind of shoot her fingers out to the space that Old Scratch was.
Mm-hmm.
Watch all of your nightmares become real before your eyes. You try your best to cry out, but the haunting of your past will knock you down until you cry out. I didn't take a big enough breath, and I'm really self-conscious now about the fact that I've used cry out to rhyme itself, and I'm just really stressed about that part of this spell. So that will change in the future. I promise listeners that you will not be disappointed. Anyway, she's going to cast Fear in a 30-foot, because you don't need to be able to see.
Yep.
It's just in a 30-foot cone and any creature in that cone. So she's hoping...
Okay. So it's a wisdom saving throw?
It is a wisdom saving throw.
What's the DC?
The DC is 14.
The voice echoes in your mind, and it says, "Cute child, but fear is my domain." And I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Ellery.
Do you, though?
A little bit.
Do you need me to... What if... Does the moonsicle give me advantage?
No.
Well...
Do you need to know the number that she rolled?
Yes.
What if I tell you I passed?
I would need to know the number to be sure.
Okay, well, does a 1 pass?
No.
It does, right? Like, I'm number 1.
You
at
feel
saving.
yourself. You feel
That's
yourself
pretty good.
like pulled downward, and the world around you, like you can feel yourself being pulled away. Suddenly, your eyes open again, and you are standing in your village.
She looks around. and like tries to. I guess do I have like a second to do anything?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so she's gonna like feel the dirt. And I imagine like maybe with an investigation check or something to know if it's real, or because I imagine like they're very salt of the earth type folks. Like she would know dream dirt from.
Give me an investigation check.
Not with that dice. Fif- 17.
Okay. Yeah, you pick up the dirt in your hand. It feels like dirt and it drops to the ground. You hear the sound of a door swinging on its hinges. And you can see that one of the doors to one of the homes is just open and swinging. The village otherwise appears empty.
Okay. She's going to start walking towards that door.
Okay, you take 8 damage. And we'll go back to the rest of you. What would the rest of you like to do?
Can I just clarify? I took 8 damage because I started to move or from the fall?
From
Okay.
From everything. From the experience.
Yeah, from all of the... Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Skarpin tries to dispel magic. So he casts it with words. Choose a creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each level of 4th or higher. I was just waiting for you.
He has to read the whole sentence.
I thought you knew.
And then it stops
what
at
it
the
did.
end.
I'm waiting. You're...
Well, I waited.
It is higher than 3rd level.
So it says, on a successful check. Oh, you're waiting on me.
Yes.
My first read, it was like, they got to check. Yeah. 6.
Okay.
Is it higher than a 13? No.
Right.
DC equals 10
I know
plus.
the DC. You don't know the DC.
Okay.
But a 6 is not higher than that. So that's not going to fly.
Well, it's 6 plus anything?
It should be 6 plus your. It's a spell
that it
ability
check.
Your spellcasting ability, which
Ability check
so
using
I
spellcasting ability.
It's your wisdom.
my wisdom modifier. I
Yeah,
add
because
to
it's
that.
not a. It's not like a.
Wow.
It's not an
Wow.
attack.
Okay. Anyone else?
I already went right or.
I also.
Okay. Well, so this is a new round.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Go ahead, Mike.
I don't have anything for this because it's dark. I can't see anything. I can't do anything.
Rad.
Yeah, Deeran, can't see, and so he freaks out, and just waits to see.
Okay.
Belroth is gonna use his potion, because no one healed him and he's dying. And it's 2d4. One person has an excuse.
There's sudden
Ellery has an
disappearance.
excuse. I'm just saying. So it's 2d4 plus. Is it 2d4 plus 4 or 2d4 plus 2? I have it written down.
Take 4. It's fine. Do it.
It's 2d4 plus. It's 2d4 plus 2. I will not.
Great. Take 2.
Okay, great. He heals 7. He's still hurting
Great.
a lot. And then Freya is still searching. She's really genuinely trying to search out using her senses to find either Ellery or she doesn't know Ellery's gone. The evil spooky demon.
Okay. With her senses, as she's searching around, she bumps into another of the creatures with long limbs that has formed in the darkness. So she has engaged that one in combat.
Does she have the ability to make an attack or no?
That was her search. No, she searched.
Okay.
She
makes a loud
but she'll have
meow,
locked that one
like
up.
a surprise cat, like meow.
She's tanking it, I guess. The creature attacks her, Freya.
Mhm.
It hits. She takes 7 and any magical effects she has on her end.
None.
Great. Suddenly from the darkness, one attacks you, Belroth.
Fuck.
That's a hit. You take 7
Okay.
and any magical effects upon you end.
None.
You no longer see through her eyes.
Hey, now, well, he already dismissed that for a whole fucking action. He hellish rebukes.
Okay.
And it has to make a save.
Fails.
Okay, so it takes 14 fire damage.
Okay.
If you could see this, Belroth's eyes start glowing, and this creature erupts in flames very suddenly. So maybe they can see it. I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
they
can I
can't.
see that?
Nope.
Fuck.
The other creature attacks Deeran in the darkness. That hits for 3.
Great.
And Ellery, you in your space, whispers start to run through your mind. You are selfish, out in the world, doing what you want to do while your people suffer without you. Had you been here, maybe you could have stopped it.
I know that this is just, she's like in her head, she's talking to herself. I know this is just old Scratch's lies. I know that this isn't real. I know that what we're doing is important. I know that we didn't abandon anyone. I know that what we're doing is good.
You step up to the empty building, the door swinging. Inside are a dozen corpses, blood all staining the floor, the walls. They are the people of your village, torn apart, silver blades jammed into them at various angles. Your parents in the center of the room, dead.
This isn't real. This isn't real. It's not real. It can't be real.
You take 11. And we go back to Skarpin. Or to, I guess, you guys. Whatever you want to, whoever wants to go.
Can anybody see anything? Or like do anything to highlight these guys?
No?
Oh, hello? Can anyone hear me?
I'm sorry.
Are we silent again?
No, I don't have anything. You didn't see this one explode in fire? That was a big thing.
No, man, I can't see anything. It's too dark.
Okay.
I just got hit from somewhere near me. And Deeran reaches out a hand to try to like feel.
Yeah, you reach out a hand and you grab onto like a spindly arm that's just like near you. And as you touch it, like it's like when you touch something like electric, like you have a vibrating through you for
Sure.
a second. And yeah.
Do I have to like do a check to hold on, or can I just decide to hold on?
If you want to hold on, you can hold on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to hold on because I need to know where it is.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
And so Deeran squeezes tight, and he puts a hand out. Like I don't know if this is gonna work, but he puts a hand out trying to like keep the barest minimum distance between his hand and the creature's body, and he's gonna try and cast Witch Bolt into him.
Well, you got 2 hands, so like you can hold him with one and then Witch Bolt with the other.
Right, that's what I mean. But like, because it's a ranged attack, like I can't. It can't be a touch attack.
Yeah,
So
I think it's fine. I think it's
Okay.
fine. We don't have to jump through hoops on this.
Great. I mean, it's darkness, and so I don't know. I can't
know.
see him.
I
Normally
think you
there's
have adequately done something to mitigate that in this case.
Great. Yeah. So I disagree that I have done adequately to mitigate that. It must be the darkness's fault. It's a 9 to hit.
That won't hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. I've got one over here. I don't know if can you can Freya use my voice? Is that a thing? Like if I just keep talking, will she know like a bat,
Probably.
echolocation or whatever?
You got 2 around you? Can I figure out how far away I am from Deeran?
Sure.
Am I close? Am I far?
I mean, you're about the same distance you were when you could see him a minute ago. Yeah, you're like 10 feet away.
10 feet away. Okay.
Yeah, I've got one. I'm holding it.
Okay.
It feels weird. I don't know if we should be touching him, but I am.
Stop touching it! And Belroth still has his dagger out, and he's just gonna stab into the one near him.
Okay.
For a 14 plus 6.
That'll hit.
And he's gonna use his favorite foe to do extra damage. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. He's gonna then make an additional attack against this guy for a 19 plus 6, which I assume hits, and then
Yeah.
6 plus 3, 9.
Okay.
Man, if I let him go though, then I'm not gonna know where he is. So it feels so weird.
Freya is panicking because the now de facto holder of the Freya snacks is in danger. She's going to try and charge towards that voice. I know she's going to risk taking an attack of opportunity, but she's going to try and charge towards.
She does. It misses though.
Okay, and she's going to try and charge towards Deeran and tackle the one that Deeran is one of the ones that is surrounding Deeran.
Okay, hold on. In the darkness, she charges toward the voice of Deeran, hoping to tackle the creature in front of Deeran and not Deeran. She leaps into the air and tackles the creature out from in front of Deeran, pinning it to the ground.
Yeah! So she makes an attack. Obviously, so it was a 16 anyways to hit. Whew. And he's pinned.
Oh no, I lost his arm. I don't know where it is anymore.
No.
man.
You're still holding his arm even though he's on the ground.
Boom, you just feel it fall.
Oh, gross. Yeah.
Long arm
It's
fall.
just that long.
You.
Never mind. It just tugs.
That's my girl. So it takes 10 plus 14 damage.
Okay.
Yeah. That's Belroth's turn.
Skarpin casts guiding bolt at the creature that he can't see, that Freya is interacting with.
So you're too far away to be able to see it. You don't know where the creature is, so guiding bolt isn't gonna fly.
He runs towards Freya.
Okay, yeah, you can run toward the sound you heard, and then that puts you.
Deeran's talking loud enough for everybody.
yeah, fair enough. So I would say that you can cast guiding bolt at the creature, and it is prone, but you're still gonna have disadvantage trying to attack it.
11.
All right, 11's not gonna do it.
All right, he gets closer to get a better look.
As the bolt shoots through the air, does it make like a visual? Does it light anything up?
You do
all?
not see it. You can hear it and feel it around you
Great.
as it fires by. Ellery, the voice continues in your mind. These events may not have come to be, but they will. and your selfishness will be to blame when all lay in blood and death. You will not be here to protect them, and they will fall.
Ellery is just like in her head. She's just saying, it's not real, it's not real, it's not real, it can't be real. And she's gonna do, does the house look familiar? Like it's her house, or does she know if it's a neighbor's house?
This house looks like, it looks like what a house in the village would look like if no one had ever done anything more than walk through the village.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So she's going to move through the house. She's going to keep going through the rooms of the house, and I imagine they're like either empty or sparse, like just to keep reminding herself that this isn't real.
Yeah, and in fact, every time you open a door, inside there's just like all the same corpses. The same faces, the same bodies. They're all in different positions. The blood splatters, like it rushes out of the room when you open the door. Like it's this incessant, in your face, like forcing the issue. But it's the same bodies over and over again. So
Okay.
I need from you a wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, 16.
Okay. So you take 6 damage. You feel like that was you staving off a significant amount of that damage.
Okay.
And the edges of this begin to fuzz. They begin to blur. What are you doing?
I can play with fear too. She says, real confident.
Everyone
It read
believed
that
it.
way.
Yeah. She says, cute, for good measure, to really stick it to him.
Very good.
And then can I still take an action?
Sure.
All right. She is going to put her fingers to her own temples, and sing. Fights aren't easy, wounds can kill, but if I can help it, none of them will. And she's going to cast Cure Wounds on herself.
When you cast that spell on yourself here, nothing happens to your life. You do not heal, but the world around you trembles. It shakes and shudders, and you can hear a roar in the back of your mind, like it's not present, but it's enough that you've struck to it, and you are thrown from this place back into the world around you, and you are like a beacon of light that tears through the darkness in this clearing, and like just it shatters it around everyone, who can now suddenly see as the creatures meld back down into the ground. Hey everyone, DM Anthony here, just reminding you that if you're enjoying the show, tell your friends, tell your family, let people know word of mouth, and you can support the show at patreon.com/adventureinc, or you can check out the shop at adventureincpod.com/shop. Make sure you check the show notes and the website for all our social media, including our Discord, where you can come and hang out with some great people. We'll see you there. And until next week, I wish you nothing but critical success.
Serious business.